Hello everybody, thank you very much for being here. My name is Tim van der Vliet. You pronounce it in English Vliet, so F-L-I-E-T, and I'm so happy to be here. You know, it's actually, I've stopped working about 4 years ago. I was working in the financial district, and back then one of my dreams was to publish a book and be speaking for an audience like you. So thank you very much for being here. Now, I have a certain philosophy about dreams coming true, and I call it Zen from Amsterdam, because I am from Amsterdam. You notice my Dutch accent maybe. If you don't understand what I say, just raise your hands and I will repeat it, you know, with the English accent. Zen from Amsterdam is Zen without rules. Yeah, I believe that if you want to follow your heart or your dreams, there are no rules to follow other than your own. Yeah? And making your dreams come true, or spiritual awakening, or getting everything out of life, and even enlightenment, has everything to do with taking a new perspective on life. Yeah? If the glass is always half full, you live in complete bliss. So your perspective is directly linked to your level of happiness, right? It's very simple. Now, I'm the author of this book, Spiritual Awakening the Easy Way. The Easy Way is about that it's only 4,000 words, and every page stands on itself. Now, maybe you've noticed there's an English bulldog on the cover. I think the only guru is you. Yeah, there are no rules to follow. So I write somewhere in the beginning of the book that the only guru is you. You for you and me for me. So there's nobody else to follow than yourself, your own gut feeling. But having said that, you get inspired, or you might be inspired, or you might learn your life lesson from everything that is happening in life. So I'm inspired by this dog. It really exists. His name is Sammy, and I even dedicated my book to Sammy, the nearest bulldog. But you might be inspired to your cat, to your, from your children, from your nagging boss, or maybe even hitting rock bottom. Now, I've had you could say, the opposite of a mediocre life, and this is because I've had many rock bottoms. I'm not going to present you with a list of rock bottoms because it would be too boring and we wouldn't have time for it, right, Ethan? But I can say that I'm extremely fortunate because from every rock bottom I've learned something. Now, if you hit a rock bottom, a certain low in life, and you learn your lesson, you're able to break free from it. Yeah, so one of my last rock bottoms was working in the exchange. I was working as a financial trader, you know, those guys with colored jackets that shout quotes. Maybe you've seen it on television. That was my job. And I was doing really good. And then at a certain moment I started to change my perspective from being carefree to being worryful, actually. I started to worry to lose my money, you know, to lose everything I owned. And I crawled into a fearful life, and in 6 months' time I lost all my money. 600,000 in 6 months' time. The last week I lost 100,000. It's a lot of money. And this is no story of Ferraris and pink champagne, you know, stuff like that. I was just riding my bicycle to my work, having the same hair as I have now. You know, I was a hippie rogue trader, you could say. But then, the day after I lost everything, I had a very interesting emotion. I was relieved. Can you imagine? For 6 months you're living in a fearful life, worrying about something to happen, that something happens, and you are relieved. And this is, I learned that, I started to analyze it, of course, you know, as a trader you do that stuff, being extremely rational. I started to analyze that, and I found out that being fearful, being afraid of something is actually worse than that something might actually happen. And so it's okay to be afraid, you know, it's okay to worry, it's human to worry, but 99% of what we worry about is not becoming reality, it's not coming true. So it's also quite useless to worry. So I broke free the hard way, you know, by losing all my money from a certain perspective in life, and it was that more money doesn't bring you more happiness. Really not. Most people who have a lot of money, they have the fear of losing it. To be afraid of something is worse than that something might happen. You know, you can never prepare for the bad stuff to happen. And the third was, there's always something to be grateful for. Now, to break free is the first of the 5 steps that I want to talk about. Yeah, the 5 steps are in this book also. And the 5 steps are to break free from a limited belief system, you could say. Step 2 is to let go. After you break free, you let go of the energies you don't need anymore. Step 3 is to have fun. I think this is the most important thing of spirituality. You know, the core of spirituality is to enjoy life. I mean, you can be so spiritual, but what if you're not enjoying life? What's the bloody point, I would want to say, right? Step 4 is to feel the force. Feel the force is about synchronicity or flow. In the flow. Now, step 1 to 4 is actually just personal development, personal growth, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, step 1 and 2, to break free and to let go, is about our mind and our body and how it works. And then from our mind you go to your intuition, to your heart, to your gut feeling, we used to call it, working in the exchange. The first 4 steps are just personal development. The last step, I call it to move towards the light, is about enlightening your surroundings, you know, helping the group you live in, basically, helping it further. So, spiritual awakening and personal development is for 80%, it's exactly the same. So I thought, let me tell you a little bit about these 5 steps, you know, to break free. Breaking free is, of course, a disruptive change, you know. You get a new job, a new relationship, sudden health issues, or somebody dies. I call this a physical break free moment. You go straight to let go. Break free is more about mental breaking free. Yeah, mental breaking free is having new insights, penny drop moments, a change of a core belief. Now, it's very simple. You know, Gandhi, the good old Indian guy with the glasses, he once said that change is the only constant thing in this world. Of course, I agree with him. Everything changes all the time. So if everything changes, also our belief system is changing. And within your belief system, you have a certain part of your belief system that works for you. You want to keep that. But the part that isn't working for you, and this could be, you know, perfectionism, impatience, whatever, there's a whole list. The part that doesn't work for you, you can help change. Now this list goes on and on and on, and the thought patterns that I've been stuck in, impatience, to be jealous, insecurities, a fear of whatever, death, God. You know, personally I have a fear of slugs. You know, slugs, the snail without a house, you know, to pronounce well. Now, it was a phobia when I was 14, 15. But now I've told my children, I have 4 children, and I love them, you know, and they're 15, 13, 11, and a little boy of 2. Liam is his name. He's so cute. Now the 3 oldest, they think daddy in fear is fun. Yeah, so whenever they get a chance, they will confront me with my fear of slugs. So every day at dinner it's, oh, by the way, I saw a slug outside. You know that, you know, just when I'm eating. The funny thing is that because I express myself to my children, I get confronted with my fears and I'm getting over it. So this list, you know, it goes on and on and on. One thing important about these things that hold us down is that from everything that is holding us down we can learn a valuable life lesson. All of them. Now, I will keep this for the Q&A. There's one thing I would like to talk about, which is the feeling of miss. I was in Japan 2 years ago, and so my wife is Japanese and we have 4 children together, so we go to Japan every year. And I got the chance to travel alone for 2.5 weeks. So I was sitting in the train in the morning going to Osaka airport, and I suppose I should be really happy, but I wasn't happy because I was missing my children and my wife already, you know, and I had 2.5 weeks to go. And then I realized, it really struck me that I only miss them so much because I love them so much. Yeah, so there in the train I changed my belief system from missing somebody to loving somebody. And this is a very simple idea to turn around a belief system. So from every belief system we can learn something. And everything is changing all the time. Okay, the second step, to let go. After you break free, yeah, so a disruptive change, granddaddy dies, to let go is crying your eyes out. It's releasing. It's very important to realize that our body needs about 7 years to change all the molecules in our body. So a zit on your nose could be a hiccup of 7 years ago, basically. Then, our mind is even worse. You know, it's your whole life. All the thoughts you've ever had accumulated to now is your belief system. So if you have the insight, the penny drop moment that to miss is to love, it doesn't mean that you will never miss somebody anymore. It takes a while, and if you allow your body and your mind to get used to the new situation, you'll be fine. Now there are certain tools, you know, tools for the mind, tools for the body, tools for the mind and body at the same time. So tools for the mind are to find some form of silence. It could be meditation, could be sucking a peppermint, it could be tasting wine, you know, some form of silence and meditation. The other tool for the mind is to actually, it's a bit paradoxical, but it's to make noise, you know, it's to express yourself, like I did to my children. I told them, you know, expressing yourself can be drinking wine with your friends, it can be going to a psychiatrist, it can be talking to yourself, you know. I'm missing granddaddy, but you know you love him. Yes, but I miss him, but you know you love him. So, these are tools for the mind. Tools for the body are to sport, of course, to do yoga, and also to eat healthy and to drink water. It cleans up your body. And then there are some tools that work both on the mind and the body at the same time, which is to dance. You move your body in a rhythmic way, and the music slows down your mind. Yeah? You train your body, and it's meditative at the same time. The same goes for walking in the park, same idea. And then I just said that drinking water is cleaning up the body, right? Everybody agrees. But actually, if you drink a lot of water, there's also a meditative, you get into a meditative state. Because if you drink a lot of water, you have to go to the toilet more often. And every time on the toilet, you're having this moment for yourself. In my house, you know, 4 children, you can imagine that it's really noisy sometimes. The toilet is called the meditative room, the meditation room. You know, so sometimes I ask my son, hey Ewan, where are you going? I'm going to meditate. Oh, okay, have fun. It's a more silent spot in the house. Alright, to let go. Yeah, so if you break free, both physically or mentally, new insights or a disruptive change, you start to let go. You know, you help your body change and your mind. If you do that, you automatically start to have more fun, which is step 3, to have fun. Now, I believe that the core of spirituality is to enjoy our lives. And it's really very simple. I even think that we all have the same goal in life, which is to find our greatest joy. To find our greatest joy. There are 7 billion people and 7 billion paths, and all with the same goal. To find your greatest joy. Now, to find your joy is of course easy if you're loved by a gorgeous man or woman. You have enough money and everybody's healthy around you, including yourself. The challenge is when you don't have fun, right? I believe that gratitude and joy go hand in hand. So, whenever you have a feeling of gratitude, it's immediately followed by a joyous moment, basically. So gratitude is the undertone. I just said, you know, that I learned some lessons from hitting rock bottom and losing all my money on the exchange. And one of them was that there's always something to be grateful for. Now, however dark our lives seem, there's always something to be grateful for. And if you're grateful for something, it's immediately followed by a moment of joy. Then on the other hand, this step is also about finding your passion. You know, this is for me very easy. I have a lot of dreams. My challenge is to put my feet on the ground and really work on them. For some people, finding your passion is sometimes difficult. Now, I have this tool that really works very good, and I call this What Makes Me Happy list. And then What Makes Me Happy list is a combination of a gratitude list and your dream list. If you only have a dream list, it might be that, you know, your dreams are over there and I'm here and I'm not there yet. Depression. You don't want that. So if you have your smaller things you're grateful for, with me this is standing on your hands every day, sing and dance, play with my children, and my biggest dreams, you know, publish all my books, make them all bestsellers, talking to a crowd like you. Thank you. I felt a moment of joy. No, I'm not finished yet.
Very good.
So, break free, let go, have fun. You automatically start to flow into the field of force phase, which is synchronicity, flow, and more rational people call it coincidences, or just plain luck. Yeah, but it's all the same idea. Your life goes into a direction you want it to go, and either you have so much energy that it doesn't feel like putting effort in it, or it goes effortlessly. Now, of course, same idea as with having fun. What if you're not in flow? I have this philosophy Zen from Amsterdam I just told you about. Now, Zen from Amsterdam is pulling this higher realm information back to earth and make it simple so you can use it in daily life. This is what we talk about now. It also works the other way around. Seemingly very normal things can be extremely spiritual, or you can get your life lessons out of it. In this step I have the example of table tennis. Yeah, table tennis is a very spiritual sport. I play table tennis with a friend of mine and we get a kick of hitting the ball over the net. Now the net, hitting in the net is the metaphor for not flow or for pain. And hitting the ball over the net is joy or flow. The first lesson we can learn, I learned, is that without the net, we wouldn't like table tennis. In fact, table tennis wouldn't even exist, right? So, back to life. Because of the experience of pain, we know the experience of joy. Right? Easier said than done, I know. So, the second lesson. What if you're in this flow of hitting the ball in the net all the time? You know, you want to say. What doesn't work with table tennis, and neither does it in real life, is to think more, or to be more strategic, or things like that. You know, what does work is to stop thinking, and to try again, to stand up again. So the two lessons we can learn from table tennis are that pain is part of life. You know, accept your fate. It's part of it. And because of pain we know joy. And the second lesson is, from pain to joy, find a moment of silence and keep on growing, you know, just keep on standing up. It's very simple. Right, so, if you're able to break free and start to let go, you will have more fun and access the force, the flow, synchronicity. And automatically, this was personal development and personal growth. Now the last step, I call it to move towards the light, is to take the collective into the group we live in. And I'm sure you, because we're in a Watkins bookstore, you know, a spiritual bookstore, I'm sure you know the all is one expression. And this is for spiritual people, this is a higher truth. We're all one big collective. Now I'm a bit of a nerd, I love numbers. If you look at this formula, really good, it says all is one. All, the collective, is the one, is the entity, is the individual. So we're at the same time an individual and the collective. always. And if you take care of both, 50-50, you make decisions where both you and the collective, the world, the universe, whatever you want to call it, will benefit from it. Now I would like to, because I told you that this book is, every page stands on itself, so you can use it like oracle cards, angel cards. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to speak out loud my intention for you, my wish you could say. So my wish for you, and please do this with me, you know, just close your eyes and feel those parts of your body that are touching the ground, you know, like a little 30-second meditation. Breathe as slow and as low as possible. I'm going to say my wish, and I'm going to open the book at a random page and see what the book is bringing. Right, my wish is for you all to break free from your limited belief systems, to let go of the energies you don't need anymore, to have a lot more fun, to feel the force, and to keep on moving towards the light. I breathe deep, and I open up at a random page. And it says, I will read it to you. I got this insight from a Tibetan monk. It's simply bright and so true and strong. This is what he said. It's really simple. The goal in life is to be happy. And happiness is all in the mind, you know. Now, taming the mind is that what people find so hard to find. It's all about relax, chill out, chillax. And after that, he laughed his special Tibetan laugh. It starts in the belly. No, it starts with a grin. And it ends in the belly. I laugh with him because I like this way of thinking. Yeah, so this is the message. Chillax, chill out. So, what I do is I love to give people their, I help people find their mojo in life, their joy, their smaller, their bigger, and their biggest joy. Yeah, so I do this by writing books, I do this by organizing workshops. The next one is in Bournemouth, 18th of September. I coach, Coffee with Tim date it's called, if you're in Amsterdam. Otherwise it's a Skype session. And I'm also working on something new that's called a Speed Zen course. It's a 3-week course. In 3 weeks you can change your path, you know, so every day is a little bit of work. It's for the busy people in the world. And those will be online courses, live. I think I wanted it the 1st of November, but I want to do it good because there's a perfectionist in me, you know, that I invite sometimes, so I'll probably do it the 1st of January. Now I have a list there, over there, an email list. If you like, you can put your name and your email on it. It's to be fearless, which is quite a thing, you know, especially if there's slugs in your back garden following you your whole life. Now enlightened living is a lot easier. Enlightened living is about knowing yourself. If you know you're in fear, hey, I feel fear, you're not going to make important life decisions. You know, like buying a new house, changing jobs, choosing a partner, or being chosen by a partner, in my case, normally. And that's a lot easier. So it's about knowing yourself, you know, about being honest to yourself. Enlightened living is also these 5 steps. To break free limited belief systems, to let go of what you don't need anymore. Automatically you will have more fun, feel more flow, synchronicity, share your beautiful energy with your surroundings, and move towards the light. The essence that we're both an individual and a collective at the same time, so you take care of yourself. Don't forget, you know, if you only serve, this is what happens in Japan often, if you only serve the collective, nobody's deciding anything, you know, so sharing your preferences is very important, but also taking care of the group. And then the last thing, and it's maybe the most important thing, if you like what you do, if you truly like what you do, like my little son Liam, if he's playing, there's often 5 adults looking around and they're, you know, like in complete bliss. They forget everything, all their troubles at work, and they look at my son Liam. Why they are in complete bliss? I call this a baby meditation, by the way. Because Liam is really enjoying what he does. You know, if we enjoy what we do, we show to our world a brighter way, basically. You literally start to shine, you know, like a sun or like a star. And not metaphorically, but literally enlightening your surroundings. This is what I had to say. Thank you for your time. I wish you all Zen from Amsterdam.